It's unbelievable. And Mark is not about basketball. Mark and I thought we got into education to be basketball coaches. That's the funniest thing true. We got into education to serve kids, and we learned that from one of the best guys ever. Dad, come on, step up here for this thing right here. We chose this profession to be like our dad, live every day with the servant's heart, and ensure kids like this, kids like that, kids like the Kilgore Bulldogs over here, they have a chance at life. That's been our life's dedication. My brother is an incredible family man. It's always family first, but Jacksonville is his second family. His wife works here, son goes there, my nephew. This is a special place. So to be able to stand in front of you, if you notice I'm kind of nervous right now, and I do this for a living in principle, but I'm scared I was going to cry, and I'm going to cry. So it's all good. But to do this, to get to honor Mark, is one of the greatest honors I've ever had. Congratulations, little brother. I love you. You're a good man. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep serving your kids. Once Indian, always Indian. Keep that serving time.
Once again, thank you for joining us on JISDlive.com. Your pregame festivities for tonight's varsity game include a surprise presentation for head coach Mark Alexander, your newest influential Indian for Jacksonville Independent School District, and extremely deserving is Mr. Mark Alexander. Once again, thank you for joining us. We'll get started here tonight with your varsity game between Jacksonville High School and the Kilgore Bulldogs. Welcome into John Alexander Gymnasium for tonight's home opener between your Jacksonville Fighting Indians and the Kilgore Bulldogs. I'm Lee Traylor, class of 2005. And while I'm normally joined by Ryan Travis, class of 2014, tonight's Ryan is in Dallas for the state football playoff championship game. So hope that's a good time for Ryan and his family. Thank you for being here with us on JISDlive.com for what should be an exciting night of varsity basketball between the Jacksonville Indians and the Kilgore Bulldogs. Both teams looking to get into the win column here tonight. Jacksonville with an overall record of 11-3 coming into tonight's game, scoring 52.1 points per game and giving up 41.9. The Indians are currently on a 4-game win streak, most recently defeating the Lorena Leopards in the championship game of the Central Heights Hoops Tournament. So your Jacksonville Indians coming out as tournament champions in the Central Heights Tournament, and junior Carmelo Claiborne coming away as tournament MVP. In that championship game, the Jacksonville Indians defeated the Lorena Leopards by the score of 49-31, which is made doubly impressive by the fact that Lorena was undefeated on the season up until that game, falling to a record of 12 wins and just one loss after losing to Jacksonville in that championship game. Kilgore comes into tonight's game with an overall record of 3-8, scoring 35 points a game and giving up 45.2. Recently lost to the Canton Eagles by the score of 45-18. So Kilgore looking to get in the win column here tonight, and Jacksonville looking to keep up their hot start to this 2022-2023 season. Speaking of that season, let's take a look at the season schedule. Once again, your Jacksonville Indians 11-3 overall. Started off this year with a loss to Hallsville in the opener, 52-44, but been a lot of wins since there, reaching the semifinals of the Lufkin tournament, winning the Central Heights tournament, as I mentioned earlier, and also defeating Nacogdoches in an away game 55-54. Jacksonville, a deep team and an experienced team, included in that experience is shooting guard and senior Devin McEwen. Devin is an excellent defender on the basketball court, also an excellent shooter, and is a real leader on the team. Sets the tone for the team on the hardwood, scoring just under 9 points per game and getting 3.4 rebounds per game and shooting over 36% from three is Mr. McEwen. In addition to basketball, he's also excellent on the football court, the football field, as he's a UTSA committed to play for head coach Jeff Traylor as a University of Texas at San Antonio Roadrunner. Your starting lineup for Jacksonville tonight from 1 to 5, junior Carmelo Claiborne, senior Devin McEwen, senior Kona Kennedy, junior Jermaine Taylor, and senior DeVarian Boyd. In just a second, we'll hear from public address announcer extraordinaire, Mr. Don Couples.
This time, let's meet tonight's starters. First for the Kilgore Bulldogs of Kilgore. Starting at guard, applying to number 5, Bobby P. Starting at another guard, at 6'16", number 12, Riley Copeland. Starting at another guard.
And here we are set for tip-off from John Alexander Gymnasium. Once again, thank you for joining us on JISDlive.com for Jacksonville versus Kilgore. Devarian Boyd set to tip for Jacksonville, and Jaden Sanders for Kilgore. As Jacksonville wins the tip and Carmelo Claiborne brings the ball ahead, gets it to Jermaine Taylor, inside Dakota, kicks it to Devin McEwen, back out to Mello for three. Devin with the rebound, right back to Mello, gets into the lane, lays it up, off the rim, Jermaine Taylor, his own rebound, put back 2 points for Jermaine Taylor to start the evening. Devarian Boyd with some good defense there. Ties it up, and Kilgore will throw it in. Ryan Copeland handling the ball for Kilgore, gets it inside. Demarion Van Zant over to Bobby King, back inside to Copeland. Van Zant, pump fake, gets the jumper to fall. 2-2 is your score. Turnover out of bounds there. Kilgore will take possession. Copeland again inbounds the ball, this time to Jaden Sanders, who brings it ahead, guarded by Coda Kennedy. Sanders kicks it over. The ball makes its way around, gets back to Copeland. Sanders rises, guarded by Coda Kennedy. That shot doesn't fall. Jacksonville with the rebound. Mello pushes it ahead. Jermaine gets inside, puts it up at the basket, can't get it to fall. Rebound, Braden Nelson, as Kilgore brings it the other way. Copeland with the ball, bringing it ahead. Guarded by Devarian Boyd. Travel, the call against Copeland, as Jacksonville will take over possession. Carmelo Claiborne set to inbound it, or to receive the inbound from Jermaine, as Mello brings it ahead. Guarded by Sanders for Kilgore. Devin gets it over to Devarian, back to Mello. Mello, guarded by Sanders, gets it over to Devin, gets inside. Fouled on the attempt. That'll send Devin to the line. 2 shots for Mr. McEwen. Devin's first shot is up and in. Second one doesn't fall. Jermaine on the rebound. Gets it out to Mello, over to Coda. Thought about taking a shot. Called for the up and down as Copeland set to inbound for Kilgore. Gets it into Sanders, guarded by Coda. Tough defense being played by Jacksonville as Devarian Boyd gets the block at the bucket. Jermaine gets it ahead to Mello. Mello up and under, gets the lay-in. 5-2 is your score, as Jacksonville has a 3-point lead here early from John Alexander Gymnasium. King with the ball for Kilgore. Smothering defense again by Jacksonville, as Devin McEwen and Devarian Boyd both able to tie it up. Ball goes out of bounds off of Jacksonville. Kilgore retains possession. They will inbound from underneath their basket. Demarion Van Zant set to inbound the ball. Jermaine Taylor covering the inbound. Van Zant gets it into Copeland, covered on defense by Mello. Over to Sanders, back to Van Zant. Van Zant to King, over to Sanders. Rotates to Copeland, guarded by Mello. King with the ball. King into the lane, drops it off, makes its way over to Sanders, who lays it in. That's going to make the score 5-4. Jacksonville ahead by 1 with 5 minutes remaining in this opening period. Mello with the ball. Ball rotates around, gets back to Mello. Mello gets into the lane, pulls up from the stripe. No good, but Devarian Boyd with the offensive rebound. Gets it over to Devin. Devin McEwen picks up his dribble, gets it over to Coda. Back to Devin. Guarded by King. Devin gets into the lane, rises, puts it up, doesn't fall. Devarian, another offensive rebound, putback attempt, another offensive rebound, and fouled on the attempt. So far, Kilgore with no answers for Devarian Boyd's size and strength underneath the basket. Devarian from the line, 2 attempts, looking to extend this 1-point Jacksonville lead. That first one falls. 6-4 is your score here from John Alexander early. Second one does not fall. Foul on the rebound attempt as Coda fouled Bobby King. Copeland set to inbound the ball for the Bulldogs, gets it over to King. Coda again on defense, picks him up. Running about a 3/4 court press here. Coda smothering defense. Timeout, Kilgore.
30-second timeout, Kilgore.
Jacksonville playing some great defense early in this game, and that's been the theme this year as they've held the vast majority of their opponents under 30 points this year. Overall, opponents are averaging 41 points against the Indians this year, but there have been plenty of games where Jacksonville have held teams in the mid-20s. Some great defense here tonight. Maybe a little bit too great defense on that play as Jermaine picks up a foul. Van Zant set to inbound for Kilgore and gets it over to Sanders. Sanders guarded by Mello. Sanders back to Van Zant, guarded by Jermaine Taylor. Ball rotates to King and over to Copeland. Devin McEwen on defense for Jacksonville as Copeland gets the ball to Sanders. Back to Copeland. Sanders guarded by Devarian Boyd. Trying to get the ball inside. Devin with active hands on defense. And Braden Nelson able to get that to fall. That ties your score at 6-6. Jacksonville and Kilgore with just over 3 minutes remaining in this opening period from John Alexander Gymnasium. Coda Kennedy in the corner over to Jermaine. Devin pulls up from 3, and that's good. Devin shooting over 36% from beyond the arc. That continues tonight as he drains his first 3-point attempt. 9-6 is your score. Jacksonville ahead of Kilgore early here from the home opener for the Indians here at John Alexander Gymnasium as Jaden Sanders has the ball, gets it over to Andrew Van Zant. Demarion Van Zant as Nelson has it underneath but blocked by Devarian Boyd. Bobby King's shot doesn't fall, and Devin pushes it forward, gets it over to Coda, gets inside, back to Devin, another three-point attempt, rims out, rebound Sanders. Jaden Sanders pushes the ball ahead for Kilgore, but loses it to Devin, who's able to tap it forward as Jermaine ends up with the ball and is able to lay it in at the other end. 11-6 is your score as Kilgore brings the ball ahead. 2 minutes in this opening period from Jacksonville. King gets into the lane, loses the ball, and is set to inbound. Kilgore set to inbound the ball. Copeland will handle that duty as we have some substitutions. Devin McEwen goes off for Jacksonville, replaced by Ryan McCowan. And it looks like King and Copeland off for Kilgore, replaced by Michael Dennis and Dominic Porter. Dakota Kennedy picks up the foul. He will also go off, and Brady McCowan will join Ryan on the field. Jermaine able to jump that pass, knocks it out of bounds. Kilgore set to inbound again. Demarion Van Zant will handle that for the Bulldogs, guarded by Jermaine Taylor. Van Zant gets it in to Sanders. Guarded by Mello, gets it over to Michael Dennis. Dennis tries to get it back to Van Zant, but Jermaine Taylor able to get it and lay it in at the other end. Taylor continues to be a factor on both ends of the court here for the Indians. 13-6 as Jacksonville's lead has grown to 7. Van Zant with the ball for Kilgore, gets it over to Sanders in the corner. Open look at the three, but it doesn't fall. Tip rebound to Varian Boyd to Brady, ahead to Mello. Turns the corner, can't get it to fall, but does get fouled and will go to the line. Jacksonville, a lot of athleticism on this team, a lot of speed, and it shows every time there's a fast break opportunity. Jacksonville is seemingly 2 steps away from the bucket no matter where they start on the court, as Mello is now at the line attempting to extend this Jacksonville lead. His first attempt falls, making it 14-6 Jacksonville. And he's lined up for his second attempt from the line. That one also falls, 15-6. Jacksonville's lead now at 9 with just over a minute remaining in the first period. Sanders brings the ball ahead for the Bulldogs, guarded by Mello. Sanders gets the ball to Dominique Porter. Makes its way around to Van Zant, looking to get the ball inside, and does to Braden Nelson. Puts up a shot attempt, doesn't fall, but does draw the foul from Devarian Boyd, which will send Braden Nelson to the line for the Bulldogs. Nelson's first attempt rims out. Substitution for the Indians as Devarian Boyd goes off, and senior Caden Franklin replaces him on the court for the Indians. Nelson's second attempt is up and falls, which brings your score to 15-7 as Jacksonville holds an 8-point lead as the opening quarter winds down with 40 seconds remaining here in this opening quarter. Mello gets it to fall, 17-7, just under 30 seconds to play in this opening period. Kilgore rotating the ball around, attempting to get it inside, but Caden Franklin doing a great job of sealing off that entry pass as the ball remains around the three-point line. Jermaine on defense, Van Zant with the ball, but Mello jumps the passing lane, sprints out, and is able to lay it in at the other end. 19-7. as Mello keeps his scoring streak intact. Mello really able to fill the bucket, as is Devin, Jermaine, and several other contributors to this team. And certainly those players are having an impact early in this game, as we are just about to the end of the opening period, and Jacksonville has built a 19-7 lead against Kilgore. Sanders inbounds the ball and gets it back. Correction, sorry, that's Michael Dennis with the ball as the buzzer sounds for the end of the first quarter. At the end of the first period, your score is Jacksonville 19 and Kilgore 7. Jacksonville's athleticism really on display here in that first period. Smothering on defense and explosive on offense. Jacksonville, this is a team that went multiple rounds deep in the playoffs last year, and they certainly expect to do that again this year. Last year going to the area round of the playoffs before falling in overtime to the Highland Park Scots. It's the deepest playoff run for the Indians in quite some time, and this year's team certainly looks like it could match or exceed the success that they had last year. Taking court for Jacksonville at the beginning of the second period, Caden Franklin, John Johnson, Brady McCowan, Ryan McCowan, and Isaiah Hamilton. Hamilton with the ball currently for Jacksonville, attempts to get it over to Brady, who can't get it as he fights through a screen. So Kilgore set to inbound. Zaylin Stoker gets the ball in to Bobby King. On the floor for the Bulldogs. Bobby King, Zaylin Stoker, Michael Dennis, Ryan Copeland, and Braden Nelson. King with the ball gets it over to Zaylin Stoker. Now back to Copeland. Copeland with the ball guarded by Ryan McCowan. Back to King, over to Stoker, back to Dennis. Copeland attempting to get the ball inside, but Caden doing a great job of sealing off that entry pass. The ball rotates around, gets to Dennis, back to Copeland. King with the ball for Kilgore, guarded by Brady McCowan. Turns the corner, gets into the lane, kicks it out. Dennis, a wild three-point attempt, does not fall. Jacksonville ball, as Caden and Braden Nelson were fighting for the rebound. Caden Franklin inbounds the ball. Isaiah Hamilton brings it ahead for Jacksonville. Hamilton guarded by Stoker. Hamilton picks up his dribble, gets it over to Ryan McCowan. Back to Hamilton. John Johnson with the ball, gets inside, loses the handle. Defense applied by Michael Dennis. Kilgore set to inbound as Stoker gets it to Bobby King, who will bring it ahead for the Bulldogs. Copeland with the ball for Kilgore, guarded by Brady McCowan. Great defense by McCowan, as Kilgore attempting to get a shot off. Blocked by Hamilton. Ryan gets it ahead to Hamilton. That layup attempt just bounces out, barely not good. And then Hamilton picks up a quick foul on the other end. At the 6-minute mark in the second period, Jacksonville 19 and Kilgore 7, as both teams attempt to get back into the scoring rhythm here in this second period. Copeland set to inbound it for the Bulldogs, gets it over to Michael Dennis. Over to Stoker, And finally over to Bobby King, guarded by Ryan McCowan. King again trying to get the ball inside, can't do it, so back to Michael Dennis and back to Stoker. Stoker guarded by Hamilton, gets inside, attempts a pass inside to Braden Nelson, but Caden with great defense again. Jacksonville ball as John Johnson inbounds the ball to Isaiah Hamilton, who brings it ahead for the Indians. Ryan McCowan pulls up from the free throw line. That attempt bounces just out. And Copeland brings it ahead for Kilgore. Copeland over to Stoker, over to Dennis, and back to King. Dennis pulls up, can't get it to fall. Nelson can't get the rebound. But Caden Franklin is called for the foul underneath the basket.
Foul is on number 22, Caden Franklin. His first personal. First down, team foul number 6.
As a whole new unit takes the floor for Jacksonville. In fact, your starting 5 takes the floor for Jacksonville. That's Carmelo Claiborne, Devin McEwen, Coda Kennedy, Jermaine Taylor, and Devarian Boyd. On the court for Kilgore, Rylan Copeland, Demarion Van Zant, Bobby King, Jaden Sanders, and Braden Nelson. As that pass goes out of bounds, Jacksonville will take over as Coda Kennedy is set to inbound the ball for the Indians. Long lead pass, Mello able to corral it. Mello guarded by Sanders. And Mello gets the ball over to Taylor after some tough defense put on by the Bulldogs as Devarian Boyd with the athletic finish underneath the basket, able to get the reverse layup to fall. 21-7 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in this first half as Jaden Sanders brings the ball ahead for the Bulldogs. Sanders guarded by Devin. Sanders rises up and gets it to fall. 21-9 is your score. Mello pushes the ball ahead. Coda Kennedy thought about taking a 3, got it back to Mello. Mello guarded by Sanders as Mello resets and directs traffic. Varian Boyd gets it over to McEwen, back to Mello. Mello turns the corner, puts it up, can't get it to fall. Jermaine Taylor, strong underneath the basket. Surprising call there, according to the Jacksonville fans. Kilgore with the ball, bringing it ahead. Another call there. Coda goes off, and Jawalen Kennedy takes the court for Jacksonville as Zaylen Stoker heads to the line for the Bulldogs. That first one falls, bringing your score to 21-10. That second one does not, but Kilgore gets the rebound. 3-point attempt by Sanders does not fall. Ball saved by Dominique Porter, but stolen by Carmelo Claiborne, pushing it ahead. Can't get it to fall. Travel the call against Porter. Carmelo Claiborne set to inbound the ball, gets it to Devin McEwen in the corner. 3 ball is good as Devin's Shooting continues to be a factor in games for Jacksonville. 24-10. Jacksonville's lead out to 14 over Kilgore. Van Zant with the ball for Kilgore, tries to get it inside and does, as Nelson has a clean look at the basket and gets it to fall. Devin McEwen bringing it ahead for the Indians. Gets inside, gets it to Mello, and over to Boyd. Mello gets it inside, kicks it over to Devin. Gets the defender in the air with the three-point pump and then steps inside and gets the two, 26-14. Porter gets it over to Van Zant and then over to Stoker. Stoker guarded by Mello, gets the ball back to Porter and then back to Van Zant. Jermaine Taylor on defense for Jacksonville. Devin almost gets the steal, but Sanders rises from the free throw line, can't get it to fall. Nelson rebound, DeVarian Boyd, good defense for Jacksonville, and gets the rebound himself. Devin McEwen up to Jermaine. Jermaine attempts to finish through the defense, but good defense from Porter forces a miss at the basket. Kilgore bringing it ahead as Van Zant is guarded by Jermaine Taylor. Jaden Sanders picks up the foul for Kilgore as Carmelo Claiborne is set to inbound for the Indians. To Devin and right back to Mello as he brings it ahead and guarded by Sanders. Kilgore with the ball. Sanders guarded by Mello, bringing it ahead. And that ball goes out of bounds, so Jacksonville will take possession back. McEwen set to inbound the ball. 1:15 remaining here in this first half. 26-12 is your Jacksonville lead. Mello guarded by Sanders, gets it over to DeVarian Boyd. Puts it up, can't get it to fall. Van Zant the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Jermaine Taylor. Kilgore will inbound the ball as Bobby King is set to do that for the Bulldogs. Gets it over to Jaden Sanders, who will bring it ahead. After a small interruption, we are back on track. Sanders guarded by Mello. Sanders gets it over. Porter with the ball, rotates it to Van Zant. Jermaine went for the steal, couldn't get it, and Van Zant rises and puts it down. 26-12, 30 seconds remaining here in this first half as Mello has the ball for Jacksonville. Gets it over to Devin. DeVarian Boyd coming out for the screen. Called for the foul. King inbounds the ball. Sanders brings it ahead, guarded by Devin McEwen. 6 seconds remaining, inside 5. DeVarian Boyd has the ball, gets it to Mello. Back to Devin, lays it up and lays it in at the buzzer. We saw a few Devin McEwen buzzer beaters last year. We see one here at the end of the first half tonight. Your score 28-14. Jacksonville out ahead at the end of the second period, at the end of the first half. So after that first half, Jacksonville enjoys a 14-point lead on the Bulldogs. Once again, thank you for being here with us on JISDlive.com for this year's home opener. We're going to step away from the mic for just a second, and we'll be back for your second half of action here on JISDlive.com. Welcome back as we're set to start this second half. As your Jacksonville Indians take on the Kilgore Bulldogs in this home opener. And we're off as Jaden Sanders gets it over to Rylan Copeland. Over to King and over to Van Zant. Kilgore looking to cut into this Jacksonville lead here early in this third period. Copeland with the ball guarded by Mello. Over to Van Zant, guarded by Devin McEwen. Van Zant gets it into Sanders. Sanders gets it inside, gets it over to Varian, but it doesn't fall. King with the rebound. A wild pass intercepted by Jermaine. And now Jermaine Taylor gets it over to Devin McEwen, takes the corner three, and good. Devin McEwen's third three of the evening pushes your score 31-14, the Jacksonville lead here early in this third period. Offensively, Kilgore has to think that they need to get the ball inside more than they did in the first half. Possessions like this one where they get close to the basket were few and far between for the Bulldogs. Foul called on that one as Braden Nelson put the shot attempt up and Devarian Boyd with the foul. Caden Franklin will come in for Boyd as Boyd takes a seat. Mello brings the ball ahead for Jacksonville. 31-17 is your score with 6 minutes and 38 seconds remaining here in this third period. Devin McEwen, guarded by Knight, gets it over to Taylor. Taylor with the running layup. Ryan McCowan on defense for Jacksonville as King, another wild pass, this one taken by Van Zant. And Copeland now with the ball guarded by Carmelo for Jacksonville. Gets the ball inside, and Nelson able to finish. There's some of that concerted effort by Kilgore to get the ball inside. Nelson has size, especially with Devarian Boyd off the court after picking up a quick foul here in this second half. Devin McEwen with the ball for Jacksonville, gets inside, puts it up, gets it to fall. Devin McEwen having no trouble scoring here in this second half so far as Van Zant controls the ball for the Bulldogs, gets it cross court. King gets it back to Van Zant. And now Copeland, guarded by Carmelo Claiborne, can't connect on the pass intended for Bobby King. And Jacksonville set to inbound. McEwen inbounds the ball to Mello, straight back to Devin McEwen, who handles the ball guarded by Bobby King. Devin pulls the trigger on the three and connects yet again. Devin with his fourth three-pointer of the game pushes your lead out to 16 as Jacksonville enjoys a 38-22 lead here against the Bulldogs. King with the ball for Kilgore, gets it over. Dominique Porter gets it inside. Nelson finishes at the bucket. (38-21) your score at this 4-minute and 20-second mark here in the third period. Jacksonville with the 17-point lead here against Kilgore. Mello with the cross, can't connect on the two-point attempt, and Porter with the rebound. Van Zant set to bring it ahead for the Bulldogs, guarded by Caden Franklin. Good defense being played by Jacksonville, but Sanders able to get the ball at the bucket, can't get it to fall, and Jermaine Taylor's pass intended for Ryan McCowan is stolen as Bobby King brings it ahead for Kilgore. Attempts a shot but can't get it to fall, and Devin can't control the rebound as Porter eventually able to get the bucket for Kilgore. Looks like Devin took a hard hit to the face on that rebound attempt. No call. Mello bringing it ahead for Jacksonville. Rises, kicks it out to Jermaine. Back inside, ball rotated around. Mello corner three attempt, doesn't fall. Ryan McCowan able to get the rebound. And McEwen leaves his defender. Rises, can't get the two to fall. And Bobby King brings it ahead for Kilgore. Timeout. Timeout. Kilgore. After a slow start to this second half for both teams, after a slow second period for both of these teams, the scoring is picked right back up here at the start of this second half as Kilgore is determined to get the ball inside and having a little bit of success with that, and Jacksonville, particularly Devin McEwen, having no issue putting the ball in the bucket here in this third period. Just over 3 minutes remaining here in the third period. Jacksonville with the 15-point advantage on Kilgore. 38-23 is your score. As Kilgore is set to inbound the ball. Van Zant set to handle that responsibility, and Caden Franklin on defense. Van Zant gets it over to King and over to Sanders. Rotated around. Porter with the ball, guarded by Hamilton. Now Van Zant over to King. Sanders gets to the rim and gets a foul call. Foul called against Caden Franklin, which will send Sanders to the line. 2 shots for Jaden Sanders for Kilgore. That first attempt falls for Sanders. 38-24 with 2 minutes and 57 seconds remaining here in this third period. Second shot for Sanders is up and in. Sanders hits both of his free throws attempts from the line as Jacksonville brings it ahead. Hamilton guarded by Sanders over to McEwen. McEwen guarded by King. Gets it to Jermaine. Jacksonville moving the ball around as McEwen has it and King on defense. McEwen slowing things down. Gets into the lane, kicks it over to the corner, back to McEwen, and resets again. McEwen. Caden Franklin picks up another foul. No. Kilgore inbounds the ball. Sanders set to bring it ahead, guarded by Devin McEwen. Good defense on that last possession by Kilgore. Let's see if they can capitalize on the other end as Porter rotates the ball to King and back to Sanders. Devin McEwen on defense. Van Zant back to Porter. Gets the ball into Nelson. Back to King. Corner three attempt is good. King good from deep, and that cuts your score to 10 points, 38-28 with 1.5 minutes remaining here in this third period. Devin McEwen gets in the lane, rises, and puts it in. Van Zant with the ball for Kilgore. Caden Franklin called for the foul for Jacksonville. That's his fourth personal. He'll go off, and Brady McCowan will come on for Jacksonville. Kilgore set to inbound. Van Zant handling the ball, and Ryan McCowan on defense. Van Zant gets it underneath to Bobby King. Quick foul there for Brady McCowan will send King to the line. 2 shots for Bobby King. And currently a 12-point deficit for Kilgore, 40-28 with just over a minute remaining here in this third period. King good on his first. Second attempt is up, no good. Brady McCowan with the rebound, gets it over to Hamilton. Hamilton brings it ahead. Corner, Devin. Pump fake the three. And resets. Brady McCowan rises up, runs into a wall, gets the rebound. Back to Devin. Able to get it to fall.
That was on number 5, Bobby King, his second personal. Second out, number 1, Devin McEwen, shooting guard.
Bobby King picks up the foul. Devin able to convert the three-point play. 43-29 with 40 seconds remaining here in this third period. As Kilgore brings it up the court, Jaden Sanders with the ball, gets it over to Van Zant. King now controls it for the Bulldogs. Porter gets it inside to Nelson, puts it up, puts it in. And Devin McEwen brings it the other way for Jacksonville. 15 seconds remaining here in this third period. Brady McCowan with the ball for the Indian, gets it over to Ryan McCowan for 3. That's good. (46-34) is your score at the end of the third period. Kilgore able to cut 2 points away of the deficit after they were down 14 at half, now down 12. Correction, down 15. Gave up an additional point on the deficit. I apologize there. Just ran into former Mr. JHS Trevelyan Kennedy here in John Alexander Gym. So it's good to see T. Good to see you, man. Once again, thank you for joining us on JISDlive.com as Jacksonville, heading into the final period, enjoys a 15-point lead against the Kilgore Bulldogs. On the court for Jacksonville to open this final period, Devin McEwen, Isaiah Hamilton, Brady McCowan, Coda Kennedy, and Devarian Boyd. On the court for Kilgore, Bobby King, Dominic Porter, Braden Nelson, Demarion Van Zant, and Jaden Sanders. Hamilton brings the ball ahead for Jacksonville. Gets it over to Coda Kennedy and now over to Devin McEwen. Devin, guarded by Sanders, gets inside, drops it off to DeVarian Boyd, able to put it in. 48-31. As King brings the ball ahead for Kilgore. Sanders steps out of bounds. Jacksonville ball. Coda Kennedy sets it inbound for the Indians. Technical foul called against Coda Kennedy. Ryan McCowan will come on for Coda.
Technical foul called on number 0, Coda Kennedy, his fourth personal. Second half, team number 6. Jaden Sanders shooting the technical.
Jaden Sanders set to shoot the technical shot for Kilgore and makes it. First one up and good. Second attempt for Jaden Sanders. Also up and good. Able to cut the deficit. Let's see if I can do some simple math after screwing it up earlier. Let's see, carry the 1, multiply by the 2. I think we're at 15 points currently as Jacksonville leads Kilgore. Hamilton with the ball for Jacksonville, pushes it forward. King applies the defense at the basket. Both King and Hamilton go down hard on that play. Charge called against Hamilton on the play. And Kilgore set to inbound. Hamilton will go off, and Carmelo Claiborne headed back to the court for Jacksonville. Sanders inbounds to King and right back to Sanders. He brings it ahead, guarded by Devin McEwen. Gets it over to Van Zant, guarded by Ryan McCowan, and now to Porter. Porter to King. King guarded by Brady McCowan. Back to Sanders. Sanders rises, puts it up, can't get it to fall. Devin McEwen corrals the rebound, gets it to Mello. Mello pushes ahead, gets to the bucket, and lays it in. Mello able to immediately get to the bucket and get points after subbing in for Hamilton just a moment ago. Van Zant controls the ball for Kilgore and pulls up from deep and able to hit. 36-50 is your score. Jacksonville out in front of Kilgore. Just over 6 minutes remaining here in the game. Devin McEwen controls the ball for the Indians, guarded by Bobby King. Good defense by King on this possession. Devin gets it over to Mello, who gets in, rises, can't get it to fall. Foul called against Jaden Sanders. Not a shooting foul on that possession. Mello set to inbound for Jacksonville. Devin McEwen called for the foul. That'll change possession as Kilgore takes over, and Bobby King handles the ball for the Bulldogs, guarded by Brady McCowan. Ball makes its way around to Jaden Sanders, guarded by Devin McEwen. Devin able to knock the ball away, but Sanders retains possession. Sanders gets it over to King in the corner, who's able to hit. 39-50. Kilgore's able to bring the deficit to 11 points.
Kilgore.
11 points. And I did that math all on my own. No help. It's impressive, I know. Hold your applause. Kilgore has had success in this second half, getting the ball inside to the basket instead of just settling for moving the ball around the three-point line like they did the majority of the time in the first half. And that has helped at various moments, at various stretches here in the second half, but Jacksonville able to answer for the most part, especially early on as Devin McEwen came out of the locker rooms from halftime and really lit the scoreboard up here in that third period. We'll see if Jacksonville can hold on to this 11-point lead here as we approach the final few minutes of this home opening game between the Jacksonville Indians and the Kilgore Bulldogs. On the court for Jacksonville here with 5 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the game. Devin McEwen, Jermaine Taylor, Carmelo Claiborne, Devarian Boyd, and Brady McCowan. For Kilgore, Jaden Sanders, Dominic Porter, Bobby King, Demarion Van Zant, and Braden Nelson. Devin McEwen with the ball for Jacksonville, gets it over to Carmelo Claiborne, guarded by Sanders. Mello. Back to Devin, guarded by King, gets a screen from Jermaine, gets inside, raises up, and gets it to fall. McEwen again providing buckets to help stem any attempt by Kilgore to get a run going. Seems like every time they get a few baskets, maybe get a few stops and get some momentum, Devin McEwen has a big basket to end any run they try to put together. Out of bounds there. Kilgore will inbound as Demarion Van Zant set to do that, and Jermaine Taylor on defense. Van Zant gets it over to Nelson, raises up, can't get it to fall. Van Zant tries to corral it, but Jacksonville will obtain possession as Devarian Boyd set to inbound and gets it to Devin McEwen. King on defense as Devin brings it across half court. Mello gets inside, gets it to Jermaine. Foul called against Jaden Sanders. Mello set to inbound for Jacksonville, gets it in underneath the basket to Devarian Boyd. Gets it up, gets the offensive rebound. Can't get it to fall, but does get the foul call. Braden Nelson picks up the foul, sending Devarian Boyd to the line. Boyd's first attempt is up and good. Boyd's second attempt. Also good. Brady McCowan goes off, and Ryan McCowan comes on. A McCowan for McCowan swap for Jacksonville. As Kilgore brings it ahead, Jaden Sanders gets it over to King, guarded by Ryan McCowan. Jermaine goes for the steal, doesn't get it, and Van Zant rises for three, can't get it to fall. Tip, rebound, DeVarian Boyd as Jermaine brings it ahead. Loses the ball. Kilgore will take over. Sanders with the ball underneath the zone basket. Gets it to King. Jacksonville playing some tough defense here at the end of this game as Van Zant has the ball and is defended by McEwen. Ball makes its way around to Sanders, guarded by Mello. Gets inside, puts it up, and gets it to fall. 54-41 is Jacksonville's lead against Kilgore here with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the game as Mello gets it over to Varian Boyd. Attempts to get it back to Mello. Jacksonville will keep possession. Mello set to inbound for Jacksonville. Gets it to Devin McEwen in the corner, out to Ryan McCowan. Back to Mello. Mello guarded by Sanders. Gets inside, turns the corner, puts it up, and gets it to fall with the foul. Mello will head to the line with the three-point opportunity. Mello puts it up, gets it to go. 3 points for Mello as Kilgore brings it ahead. Porter with the ball, guarded by Mello, gets it over to Van Zant. Taylor on defense for Jacksonville. Now King with the ball, guarded by Devin McEwen. King trying to turn the corner, can't do it. Devin all over him. Porter gets inside, runner is up, doesn't fall. Off of Porter, Jacksonville ball. John Johnson comes on as Ryan McCowan goes off for Jacksonville. Devin McEwen inbounds the ball. Carmelo Claiborne will bring it ahead, guarded by Jaden Sanders. Mello gets in the lane. And gets the call. Jaden Sanders picks up his fifth personal foul, sending Carmelo Claiborne back to the line for Jacksonville. Sanders goes off, and Michael Dennis comes on for the Bulldogs. Mello's free throw attempt is up and good. And his second attempt bounces out. Jacksonville ball as the ball goes off Braden Nelson. Mello set to inbound for the Indians. Mello gets it inside of Jermaine, loses the ball, picked up by King. Ahead to Nelson, who steps out of bounds. Ball will go over to Jacksonville. John Johnson inbounds it. Devin McEwen will bring it ahead for the Indians. Picked up by King for Kilgore. Devin gets it over to Mello. Mello guarded by Dennis. Mello able to get inside, gets it out to Johnson. Jacksonville burning some time here. 90 seconds remaining here in this home opener as Jacksonville has a 17-point lead against Kilgore. Mello gets into the lane, lays it in at the basket. That's been a problem for Kilgore all night as Mello can turn the corner and get to the basket against most teams. As Jermaine able to get the steal on defense, gets it ahead. Can't get it to fall, but does get the foul call. Jermaine at the line for Jacksonville. His first shot is up and good. Pushes Jacksonville's lead to 20, 61-41, with just over a minute remaining here in this game. Second attempt is no good as King brings it ahead for Kilgore. Van Zant with the ball guarded by John Johnson. Van Zant gets inside. His layup attempt bounces out, and Hamilton corrals the rebound for Jacksonville. Devin McEwen brings it ahead. Picked up by King. 30 seconds remaining here in this fourth period. As Jacksonville content to dribble it out. At the end of your game, your final score, Jacksonville with a 20-point win, 61-41, as Jacksonville defeats the Kilgore Bulldogs in their home opener here from John Alexander Gymnasium. If you didn't join us pregame, you missed Mark Alexander, head coach of the Jacksonville Indians basketball program, receiving an Influential Indian Award to begin what would prove to be a great night here at John Alexander Gymnasium. Once again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time here on JISDlive.com.